Greetings everyone, I'm DonTheCrown, and today I want to talk to you about my league start plans and an update to my build guide for the Berserker and Champion Cyclone builds. Now I know a lot of people are worried that these builds are dead in the water with the changes to melee, but don't worry, they're perfectly fine. In fact, Terminus S got buffed, which is a good thing for us. Yes, there has been some nerfs to crit multi across the tree, but overall that's not going to stop us. I mean, I was killing Cirrus 8 on pretty much a shoestring, and I think you can take the build very far. Now, granted, it's going to be a little bit harder to get to the very tippity top, maybe even a little bit harder to get to the tier 16 type of tier, but it's not impossible. And especially with all the crafting options we're going to have, it's going to be a very good build this league and a very solid league starter, which is why that's what I'm going to be doing. My plan is to make about 2 mirrors in the first week so that I can fund a whole bunch of different builds. I plan on doing build guides and build explorations this league for basically all of the slams, all of the ascendancies that are using the new melee stuff, and so it's going to be pretty fun. We're also going to do some non-melee content, which is a little bit weird, but looking forward to it. And let's jump right into the guide. So right now I am sitting here with my POB. This has a whole bunch of notes for you to check out. If you're not familiar with how the notes section works, it's over here at the very top. If you don't have Path of Building, I'll put a link to it down in the description as well. It is very important as well that you download the community fork version of POB, because the current POB is not up to date at all, probably isn't really going to be maintained all that much. Get the fork version of POB. Once again, if you don't got it, get it. It's very, very important. And that said, I'm probably going to be leveling up with Ground Slam this time around, because I'm going to be going Berserker. Now, last league, I kind of went Champion because I was really concerned the league was going to be very rippy all the time, and I was so right. I was very happy to be Champion. There's definitely some times there, on the first couple of days when I was doing tier 16s, 2 orbs, and things just weren't dying, but were doing a lot of damage, that I was like, wow, I'm really glad I'm Champion right now and able just to survive all of this. Well, this time around, hopefully it'll be a lot less rippy and we'll be able to tear into things a little bit faster with Berserker, get our damage up a little bit higher, and just overall, I just want to do something a little different. I'm going to be leveling with Ground Slam two-handed actually, and actually in my leveling process and tests I was very surprised with how much damage this could do, especially if you line up some of the little tricks. I don't really talk about this here, maybe I'll add that to the notes, but we start off with Ground Slam as a Marauder, and you have Ruthless support. Ruthless support makes it so you do a boatload more damage on that third swing. Well, if you time that up with dropping your War Banner at that exact time, you can do a lot of damage. War Banner gives you adrenaline, but for a very short window of time. And so if you can line up the stars so that you know that your Ruthless hit and your War Banner are coming, you're pretty much going to nearly knock down every single boss you're going to come against, especially if you're managing to craft weapons along the way. And guess what? When you are doing two-handed build, you only need to worry about one weapon as opposed to 2 all the time. So you can kind of funnel money into that weapon a little bit better, especially because it looks like Harvest will be auto-planting our seeds for us, and so we'll be able to go in, kill a whole bunch of monsters for experience, because I'm probably going to be skipping a whole bunch more packs than normal, because I'm planning on doing Harvest, and then looking for physical damage mods to slap onto our weapons, look for elemental mods to slap onto our armor for resistance, and it's going to be real smooth leveling, I bet. Real smooth leveling. And Axes for the most part got buffed. Ground Slam is very, very strong. You do 40% more damage to things that are right in front of your face. And so that's just a massive more multiplier. So it's going to be a really, really fun build. Now that said, I will be checking out some of the new slams as I get to them. So we'll be checking out Shattering Earth, whatever it is. Earth Shatter, yeah, that's the one. One take. And Earth Shatter basically sends out these little trails that come out with all these spikes type of thing. And then when you do another slam or war cry near those explode and do a lot of damage, it seems like, especially if they can overlap. And so that seems like that could be quite powerful. It'd be kind of interesting to see how that works in maps where you're kind of in an enclosed area. Will these spikes all kind of like stack on top of each other and allow you to just shotgun? Could be pretty neat. So we'll have to see how that goes. Now in terms of the notes, they're all right over here. If you want to see them, read through them. And then for the tree, if you go down here to the bottom, you can see the different levels and stuff. And so you notice that I have a maps sword and a maps axe setup. And that's pretty much because I'm going to be leveling primarily with axes, unless I find some really badass sword to level up with. But I have a whole bunch of trees here, and it's pretty standard. Now, I have picked up some of the new nodes. So for example, like Berserking is a little bit less attack speed, but it's going to increase our maximum rage. And I'm probably going to be taking Crave the Slaughter first, simply so that we can take a little bit of advantage of that extra rage. But it's not really that big deal. If you want to go take Aspect of Carnage first, that's also fine. Also, I know a lot of people will ask, we're always pretty much forever going to be killing all of the bandits because of cluster jewels, and so yeah, just do that. Now you can help Alira if you really want to, but I have a feeling that crafting yourself armor upgrades for resistances are going to be not that bad this league at all. Then just going on through the tree, we're going to be picking up some of the axe nodes, which are very, very strong early on. This is probably why I'm going to be doing axes, because the sword nodes tend to be on the outside of the tree, whereas the axes are all pretty easily accessible. And then just continuing along, now I am taking Soul Steel. I know a lot of people will be like, ho ho ho, this is worthless, but at least while you're first leveling up, getting all of the extra elemental resistance and armor, and then even max res will help out your survivability quite a bit. And I'm also taking Imbalanced Guard, because if you're not stacking a ton of armor or a ton of enduring charges, this is going to be really, really good. And yeah, it's going to be very, very nice. You kind of notice that in my endgame build over here, we're like close to like 10,000 armor, which is, I think, kind of close to the sweet spot for this. I'm not 100% sure on all the math there, but it's going to be pretty good. You notice them also taking Call to Arms. Call to Arms is going to make our war cries instant, because ain't nobody got time to be standing around waiting for war cry to go off. Unfortunately, it's not here in the POB yet, but there is a node here that's going to make it so that travel skills can't exert attacks, which, like, if you don't do that, it's going to like steal your war cry, probably seismic cry. I think that's going to be insane for leveling, absolutely crazy. So we'll probably take that as we go. Maybe they'll fix it, maybe they'll work on it a little bit. We'll have to see exactly what happens. This is going to be a little bit of a live build in progress. And then just kind of finishing out the rest of the tree, kind of something like this. This is kind of very much a left side tree, so we're going to be, like, on my current stats here, a little bit shy on dex, a little bit shy on intelligence, but I'm pretty sure this high dex requirement is coming from Blood Rage. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out on that and not allowing that to level up too high. And my high intelligence requirement is actually coming from Infused Channeling, which is always the problem, right? Now, we'll be switching off of Cyclone, or off towards Cyclone, once we get to maps. I really don't recommend people switch to Cyclone early. If you want to switch to Bladestorm at level 28, it's really, really strong. And the reason for this is you like leap into a pack, swoop, swoop, and then leap away. And as you're leaping away, the storm behind you is still hitting things, still generating rage, still generating close combat charges, and just allows you to really zoom, zoom, zoom through the map. Especially if you can leap in, war cry, exert, swoop, swoop. I'm pretty sure those storms you leave behind could potentially be very strong. And so that should be a very good combo, I think. Now, I'll probably switch to Cyclone if I get, or I'll probably switch to Swords, probably close to like level 51, maybe 60. It really depends on when I'm ever going to get my hands on Terminus Est. But if I do get a really great rare sword early on, I might switch it up earlier. I am definitely interested in checking out the slams though, which is why I have like all of the axe tree here. I have also included a champion variant to the tree, which I will finish setting up here. But this is kind of very similar to the Berserker, and apparently I haven't finished that yet. But thank you guys for checking this out. If you want to see how everything goes, please come by the stream at twitch.tv/DonTheCrown, and I'll be leveling up. We'll be playing a whole bunch of Melee. I'm probably going to stream for like 30 hours on League Start. We'll see how long it lasts, but it'll be a lot of fun. Hope you guys have a great one. We'll see you in Harvest.